What if you woke up to an unexpected internet breakdown? Let's imagine for a second that from today the internet just permanently stopped working. Would you be able to survive without checking Facebook or Instagram first thing in the morning? No Google Maps to find your way through a strange city? What about a credit card that cannot pay for lunch? Imagine searching something without Google. This is what would happen if the internet stopped working. You may argue this kind of digital detox would be beneficial. We would take our eyes off our screens and strike up a real life conversation with each other. We would discover that our smartphones can actually make phone calls. We bring back the fax machines and start making notes on pen and paper. Hey, we'd still have televisions to entertain us. The world would not fall apart. In fact, with almost 4 billion people having no access to the internet worldwide, half of humanity wouldn't even notice an immediate difference. But you, mighty internet user, you would notice right away. If the internet suddenly flatlined, social media users would start calling each other on the phone, overloading the world's telecommunication network system. Unless cell phone towers and telephone lines were also shut down, then you'd definitely go back to writing letters and sending them via post. Forget about wireless file transfers. With no Wi-Fi, you'd have to use a physical cable to connect to computers to transfer your files. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, TikTok are just few names. There are many people who update their social media status, profile, and pictures every few hours, and without the internet, I wonder how they would spend their day. No more memes, vlogs, social media challenges. There would be an increase in use of printed maps for directions. New celebrities decrease in number as fame becomes harder to attain. Playboy magazine will be back on the rise. Internet scam will not exist, so Indian scammers will have to find new hobbies. Online dating is off the table. Time to leave the house and meet someone in person. No more Uber, so you will have to plan prior for your taxi ride or transport. Siri and Alexa will go offline, ending access to quick information. Multiplayer games at your arcade will become popular. TV, radio, billboards, and print media advertisement demand booms. Radio DJs will determine what music you listen to. No more listening to whatever you want unless you buy CDs. Remember what those are? You will have to go to the bank every week and stand in a queue to deposit paychecks and withdraw money. There will be a decrease in the speed of news and scope of breaking news coverage worldwide. You will have to try learning a new skill without any tutorials from the internet. Blockbuster will rise from the grave and cable television will determine what you watch. After all, you won't be able to attend your corporate meetings wearing pajamas on your cozy bed. Now think about the economy. With financial data generally stored on a financial banking service, largely dependent on the internet, your credit card and debit card would become a useless piece of plastic. And what about all those bitcoins you invested in? Well, you know the answer. On top of that, large companies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon would go out of business, losing their billions of dollars of revenues, with Google itself having 80,000 full-time staff. Hundreds of thousands of people would be left unemployed. Even companies that only rely on the internet as a means of advertising would be affected. Developed countries would lose entire industries and face an economic crisis. What about those countries with just a small internet presence? They would also be affected. As international trade is dependent on the internet, so does the world's transit. With no internet access between airports, planes, ships, and trains, the world would go back to tracking goods on paper. This would raise the market value on transported products as it would be more expensive and complicated to supply goods to stores. At least you could still travel. However, you don't have Instagram to share your travel selfies anymore. Wonder if the internet shutdown is even possible? Well, not at a worldwide level. Some countries have actually introduced a kill switch to intentionally shut down the internet and telephone communications. But killing the whole internet is harder than just cutting off a couple of submarine cables. The internet is a global network of many other computer networks. It does not depend on a single machine. Even if one part of it went offline, others would remain functional. So don't worry, you will still be able to order pizza for dinner tonight.